All right. Good morning, good evening, everyone. Glad to be here with you guys today. So, as we get started today, lots of important things to go over. And so, I'm glad to have each and every one of you guys here. Uh, and so, there's a few major things I want to talk about today. Is number one is positioning for the upcoming few months. Okay, so what I've been focused on is, as you guys have seen, we've done swing trades, as far as carrot, and those are about compounding money. Even when we, are having some chaos in the market, I always try to put some spot trades out there and leverage. Just depending on what's available, because even in a market that's going down, there's always opportunities, and that's what I look for you guys. But today, I'm going to be going in what I am personally doing to set myself up for success, and I also am going to be going over basically some of my trading strategies up till now and how they will change over the course of the next few months. So, as we go down here, I'd like to just kind of look where we're at on some of these. And what I would like to mention is, well, first, so what I would like to mention with some of these cryptocurrencies is I'm looking for the tokenomics, but I'm also looking for cryptocurrencies with strong fundamentals that have not had a run yet. So as you've noticed recently, maybe you felt like you've been left out. I think a lot of people. Now I know this group's like, maybe not, because we've made plays, we've hit carrot, we've hit some of these plays out there, but there's always going to be another one that ran like 80% while you were sleeping, or like you wake up and you're like, oh my gosh, this ran 80%. So one of the things that I've invested in for the group is an absolute gem. So it monitors kind of whale activity, and also it shows me where and when these cryptocurrencies are being accumulated, and this also helps me make informed decisions for the group. Now, this is cryptocurrency. You can lose everything. I'm not here to say any cryptocurrency is safe. When I refer to a cryptocurrency being conservative, that just means that I feel that it is a little bit less down the risk curve. That does not guarantee that it guarantee any performance. But a lot of you have reached out to me, in the Discord, in the CSS chat, or during our CSS voice chats, and asked, hey, what about this? What about that? I know some of you have followed my portfolio, and I was so happy, because there were some people that said, I followed your portfolio at CSS for the past, since CSS had started, the crypto strategy school started. And they said, my portfolio is up by 50%. And so I said, you know what? That's something to be very proud of. That doesn't mean I'm the best trader. I don't look at myself as, I need to be better than the next person. I need to execute. And my job here is, to try to give some of the life lessons that I've learned over the past 3 cycles to you guys. I've been given an amazing opportunity here at CSS, and I am very grateful for this, and grateful to be here. Honestly, I couldn't be any happier. For this group of people, you guys are absolutely amazing. And today, while we are on live, would you guys like, so I'm just going to add this, would you guys like to chat in Discord? Which chat? So just asking for questions, if there's a certain chat that you guys would like to chat in. And so if you guys have any questions, if you guys want to go to the trades chat, if you want to go to the server general chat, the only thing is when I'm live, I can't see You know what? I may be able to see here. So let me go here. But if you guys have questions, maybe I can see on here. Let's see. No. So see if you guys want to ask me questions in the Discord chat, because that would be lovely. Let me see any specific trade chats. So general chat. There's a general chat as well. Do you guys want to here? I will add it. So as we're getting started here, so I'm going to add it here. I know a few people just asked me about the voice chat, and so I am going to copy this and put it on the general as we get started, guys. I know we're just in the beginning here, so and so there you go. I added it there, so you should be able to join. So the main point of today is if you guys do have questions, please try to put it in like the general chat or the trades chat so I can get to answer them, because when I'm on live, it's hard to answer the ones on when I have a shared screen. It's hard to go back and answer some of those ones. So if you guys want to participate in Discord, it would be great. So yeah, so anyways, so I see Tyler's there. I'm not, so in my coaching section, it actually has the actual the link to the live stream. I'm trying to figure out if I can see here if I copy the link and put it in the general. So everyone, let me see here. Let me see if that'll come up. Will it come up? It doesn't want to come up. Don't know why. But you guys can join, and it's also in the coaching section, okay? So anyways, today, and it will be recorded, so if you want to go back, no problems. But if you guys have questions, please ask. I'd love to hear them. So the main thing I'm doing right now is I'm positioning. So the way I look at it is this. I'm all or nothing right now. I know some people, everyone has different portfolios. That is a fact. Some people are in more high caps where they have been in XRP or various other high caps, whether it be Chainlink, whether it be, Avalanche, AVAX, and some people are underwater on some of those trades. Some people, kind of wonder, well, should I sell at a loss? I am not a big one to sell at a loss. And also, I cannot tell you what to do with your various cryptocurrencies, but I will tell you what I like to do, especially when we don't have the monetary direction right now. But we are starting to see that we are starting to get some of that direction here. Canada released some bad jobs data today. In fact, I think it was estimated around 5,000 jobs would be in the report. It was minus 60,000 jobs. And so there's a big difference between rate cuts and stimulus to the economy when the job market turns down. So when the job market turns down, that's when you'll see quantitative easing, you'll see stimulus to the economy, and that's when there's more money going around. And yes, rate cuts do lead to cheaper lending. But on top of that, what our altcoins are really, really waiting for is a good direction. That's all we're waiting for, guys. I do not, in any sense of the word, think altcoins are dead. Today, I'm going to be going over some of my last picks. Now, no, this is not going to be the last video, because throughout this course of this cycle and on forward, I'd like to mention, for those that stay at CSS, the bear market is one of the best places, to actually pick up some of these cryptocurrencies at major discounts, new cryptocurrencies, which I do believe after this cycle, there's going to be a lot of opportunities for those that stay. I found that those that don't quit, like for me, I just stuck around and I stuck around and I stuck around, and that's paid off 100-fold. And so today I wanted to get into some of my last picks because you guys know me over the course of the time at CSS. I've just it's been amazing, and I am grateful that the cryptocurrencies that I had mentioned in my portfolio and posted that I'm spot buying, everybody's up on those cryptocurrencies for the most part. I think one that a lot of us were really bullish on, Moonwell, has not ran yet, but I'm still bullish on Moonwell. But we're going to break some of that down. We're going to break the portfolio down today, and we're going to talk about it. So one that I just want to start off with is Sonic here. Sonic is in the top 100, but it has not broken the top. Oh, sorry. So it has not broken the top 50 yet, but it is a layer one, and it was Phantom. And for those that were around last cycle, Phantom was one of the top runners. I think I can go to the monthly here or the weekly. Let's go to the weekly. And since it's been on here, let's see. So here you go. So here we go. So like even this cycle, if we're looking into this year, this was what they called the Trump pump. I call it the Kamala pump because I truly believe that the Fed may have stepped in to try to help Kamala. But as you see, I'm going to take us off the weekly, actually. I'm going to bring us back to the daily. And so what I'm looking for in various cryptocurrencies, and this is not to say you have to follow each cryptocurrency pick that I have, but this is what I'm looking for, is the chart is almost bottomed out. So if we see here for this cycle, this was the low right here. And that was about 25 cents, really wicked down, and we really saw a huge candle after that, all the way up to 35, almost 35 cents there. Actually, yeah, it touched 35 cents on the dot. But you saw that was like really the cycle low on around June 21st, June 22nd. But look at this chart. Look at the baseline there. And we do see some anomalies, like where we had, 27, 28, 20.2788. But Sonic hasn't had its run yet. It has not had its run yet. And so I look for cryptocurrencies that have very solid fundamentals. And for those that don't know, Sonic does have a USDC native integration, meaning you can trade USDC directly, so you can trade that pair. It also helps with liquidity on that pair. And we're also going to check DeFi Llama, because what's the point of a live show if we can't show some stuff to help some people? So this is accurate for Sonic. So it says all-time high of 98 cents, but that's since they integrated from Phantom to Sonic. Sonic went Phantom went over $3. They rebranded to Sonic. Coinbase listed Sonic. They have a USDC rail. It was just a rebranding from Phantom to Sonic. And it had an all-time low of exactly on the button, 25 cents. So we are only about 4 cents away from the all-time low this cycle. That's what I'm looking for in a cryptocurrency, but I'm also looking for strong fundamentals. This speaks volumes, guys. I know there's a PDF of vetting cryptos, and I'm going to reshare that today. If you look here, it has all 3.22 billion in circulation. 100% of the total supply of S tokens are in circulation. So one of the things that you want to look for is the tokenomics. Are the tokenomics good? Yes, because we know that there's not being an extra billion tokens unlocked or dropped on us late in the cycle. We understand the tokenomics here, and so that is also appealing to smart money and what we call smart money. We are smart money, right? This group's a great trading group. So This right here is excellent. I love that it's not so high. It's about 3 billion. I mean, even GigaChat has over 3 billion. But it's just the tokenomics are not bad, and they're great. I mean, if there was a billion, you could say, okay, maybe that's a little bit better because a little easier to pump. But in all reality, when you look at Hedera or XRP, with 50 billion tokens in circulation or more, 3 billion, 222,625,000 is not a lot in circulation. And that is the total supply. So what I'm looking at, especially for longs here, so for leverage traders, okay? So what I look for right now, yes, we are in a downturn right now, just meaning that what I mean by that is I am super bullish right now. All I am thinking is I need to make sure that I'm positioned. So I am not bearish at all. I do not think the top is in. I do believe that we go on here, and BTC dominance may rise through September into October. And there's also a few other scenarios that I'm going to be posting. So I'm going to hold those for the posts, exclusive for Crypto Strategy School. So if you want to get some of those posts, join Crypto Strategy School. And those posts are great, and our leverage and swing trades are great. I don't know a school better than Crypto Strategy School, first of all. So, like, if you're watching this, please just take a look, because you can go in there, look at the testimonials, you can look, and it's amazing. Okay, so just give that a chance there. And so one other thing I'm looking at with Sonic is the trading volume. Okay, so it's got 43 million in trading volume. I like that. I like anything over 20 million. Anything over 20 million. And so, yeah, so I like anything over 20 million here for trading volume. And also, Sonic has been teasing, and we're going to go here and check this out. So Sonic Crypto, let's just go here and look at their website here. And so they claim to be the fastest EVM layer. I'm not. They are fast. They are super fast. They do a lot of great things. And they have a native USDC integration, like I mentioned, so you can actually send Sonic USDC on the Sonic network to your cold wallet, like to your Tangent wallet. And so a little bit about Sonic. You can kind of go here and look. So it pitches itself as it's not just pitch, it backs it up as a fast layer one that also offers it's a sub-second confirmation times. It has the Sonic virtual machine that they rolled out. So it's 100% Ethereum virtual machine compatible, coded in Solidity and Viper. They have the Sonic Gateway, as well as a few other things. But the reason why Sonic is one of my most bullish picks for this cycle is I'm not looking at, I'm not being a someone that says, okay, Sonic's going to do 100x from here. But I can reasonably look at the charts and say Sonic is bottomed to the most, for the most part. And I look at that and I say, okay, so does it have more downside risk than it does upside risk? And that's what I'm looking for in any cryptocurrency. And I'm also looking for a steady volume. Just yesterday, Sonic made it into the highest buy ratio in the top 15 cryptocurrencies yesterday. Which means people were loading up on Sonic at these really cheap prices. So let me go to Discord and just see if anybody is asking any questions. I know some people ask some questions. So let me see. Okay, so I got some questions here. Let's see if you guys are chatting. If you guys want to go to the trades chat. Okay, so if you guys have any questions for me later after I do the live, just please ask me. I know a lot of you guys were asking some of these questions. So one thing to notice here is the original ICO price when it was branded as Phantom was 4 cents. So they had a pretty decent return. But let's go into here. So Sonic, I am loading up on, and in fact, I made a purchase of Sonic today. I made a purchase at 0.2985, and I just made that. And so if you are in CSS, you will see that I put this at everyone. And so you will get an update on all of my purchases and everything that I'm doing in the market. So Sonic, and there's 2 other ones today that I plan on making buys, and they will be posted at the same time that I am going in to make those buys. Another one, guys, this one I am more bullish on than people give it credit for, is Cookie DAO. Guys, I know right now the price action may not seem like it's so great. I know Contract Explorers are BNB, but it also is on base. And one of the things I like about this is for such a low cap cryptocurrency, it has about 600 million in circulation. And the unlocks aren't something to be severely concerned about. They only have 1 billion total cryptocurrencies. But as I charted this, right, and I am actually going to the next video tomorrow, please tune in, because I know we have a lot of charters, and I've been thinking recently, I said, everybody likes to do charting, and I want to do something different because I like to offer you guys trades. So as a lot of crypto strategy school, we have trading, we have teams, we have leverage calls. And so everybody has this unique place at CSS. One of the things that I offer is being able to put trades out there and execute trades, whether you're just comfortable with spot or you're comfortable with leverage. I do both. But one of the things that I really pride myself in is finding opportunities in the market when nobody sees opportunities in the market. For instance, a lot of people were saying everybody needs to switch to higher caps right now, XRP, so on and so forth, when the market was downturning. When we got Arrow when Arrow was down, I said, guys, load the boat on Arrow. We did a 5x. So portfolio would have been 5x, and I am so joyful. And if you're new, that's okay, because guess what? Cookie DAO, this is going to be around my average entry for Cookie DAO is going to be around 12 to 13 cents. So this is one that I'm actually currently allocating to as of today. And I have mentioned Cookie DAO this past week in our group. The reason why is it has so much upside potential, and we did get a little bit of a low here, as you see. We did get a little bit of low here, but it is a small market cap coin. It kind of dipped down to like that 9 really quickly, maybe like around, let's see, around like 8.5, 9 cents there. It should tell us here. But yeah, all-time low was in November. So yeah, when they first launched, it was around a few cents. But this cryptocurrency, I truly believe, has a lot of potential. They have a lot of activity. The dev activity is consistent. That's what I'm looking for in a cryptocurrency. And the one main thing that I love to do is I love to see people win. Ever since I've been here at CSS, the one thing is I always post trades that are winning trades. Now, is that a little bit far for me to say? Some. Usually I do average 8 for 10. Not every leverage trade, and those are usually leverage trades. Not every trade can be perfect. But even on our Axlar trade, we 3x that. We 5x'd our aerodrome trade. We 2x'd our C pool trade. We 2x'd our carrot trade, and so on and so forth down the line. Hyperliquid was added a little bit late, and right now, for me, Hyperliquid's in the buy zone. But Hyperliquid to me is a conservative bet, and the tokenomics on Hyperliquid are so-so. There's 333 million in circulation. The vesting schedule is very good, and it is a great fee. It generates fees. It has a very great interface. I'm very bullish on Hyperliquid, but at the same time, I'll be the first one telling the group when I'm taking profits. But Cookie DAO, it's not an obsession. I do not marry any bags. And so as you'll see on the Discord, I will consistently tell everybody to take profits. The reason being is if I gave somebody an example of just letting that, XRP ride up and down throughout this whole cycle, where you could have been using that capital and investing in another cryptocurrency. So that's what I try to bring to this group. I bring to this group the ability to also leverage, but also if leverage is not for you, okay, and you are at the point where you're learning, but maybe you might need to be in the school for a little bit, or you're still learning, or maybe it's a lot for you, so it may take you a little bit longer to learn because there's tons of stuff to learn, and CSS is just amazing. But they teach you everything, and they teach it to you well. But if you're still at the point where you're like, I still want some guided trades. Nothing is financial advice, but that's where I come in. I love to do guided trades for you guys. And right now I want to differentiate two trades, Sonic and Cookie. Sonic and Cookie are my long-term holds. These are going to be ones that I will hold and execute at a higher price point. I have taken them off the exchange and put them into my cold wallet. The only reason being is once we get some direction, I will take some off just to make sure if there is a large push, I can take some profits and I can scale out of my position accordingly. And all of this will be posted to the group. So this is what I wanted to talk to the group today about. Not only am I bullish on Cookie DAO, and the next live stream tomorrow morning, I'm going to have TradingView up, and I'm going to be talking about exactly kind of some of the targets that I have, but we do not do price predictions here. That's the only thing. I can show you some targets that I have. They are not price predictions. That does not mean the cryptocurrency will go there, and it guarantees nothing. But we'll be looking at some price targets that I have, some resistance levels, some support levels. But right now, Cookie DAO is very appealing to me. This chart looks pretty bottomed out. Yes, we had a little bit of a low here, but at the same time, right, it's a low cap cryptocurrency. And what I want to see for Cookie is the trading volume to rise. They are gaining momentum. The devs are not stopping. They are gaining momentum. This one, it absolutely should see more and more traction as the cycle matures. But like I said, nothing is guaranteed, but this is one of my bets. Just like Aerodrome was one of my bets. Just like Clearpool was one of my bets. And so Cookie DAO, I am loading up heavily at this price point. So a little bit about Cookie DAO, I think I should talk about that. So they are on the base ecosystem, Linea, and BNB. They are in the AI infrastructure category, as well as like advertising, but really they are AI infrastructure for the agentic economy, okay? And so they also do what's called cookie snaps, and basically they monitor creators, and they can look to see which creator has the most attention at any given time, and you can bound this into what's called the attention economy. Look up the phrase words attention economy. In fact, let's do that together as a group. Attention economy, crypto on the rise. Let's just see what these words bring up for us. Not interested. Yes, so the intersection of the attention economy and cryptocurrency is on the rise, guys. See, like I always try to look for these opportunities for you guys with platforms and tokens like BAT. Now, listen, the basic attention token is already on Grayscale's list of tokens. So you want to keep that in mind. Is the attention economy is real, and Cookie is one of those ones that I can't see anything. Now, there's other great cryptocurrencies, but Cookie and the price point, the market cap, and the ability for it to hold structure at this market cap is phenomenal. And projects like Cato and Layer 3 emerging to directly monetize and reward users through attention through crypto. And so that's the same thing Cookie DAO is. And let's see, let's type in Cookie DAO. And so if you look, Cookie DAO is a key player in the attention economy of cryptocurrency, a rising trend that aims to properly value and reward user engagement. So unlike Web2 platforms, which profit from user attention, Cookie DAO rewards its community directly for their participation. So like basically like staking, they reward in their native Cookie token. The project functions as a decentralized autonomous organization, DAO, with key features including AI-driven data analysis, multi-airdrop farming, and community-based governance. So just a few things. I'm not going to go too deep into this, but I would like to look here and kind of go to Cookie DAO and kind of show you some of the cool things about Cookie DAO. All right, so let's go here. And any questions you guys have, I always get to you guys, and I know you guys love this stuff. That's why I do stuff a little bit different. Like I love to show you guys what I'm investing in. Nothing's financial advice, but I love to show you why I'm investing in these, why I believe they have potential. And so like when you go here, it just kind of shows you what's trending. Like Morpho. Looks like Morpho, right? Has good sentiment. Oh, World Liberty Fi taking a hit. That's not looking good. Is it Morpho? What does it say? Morph, maybe not Morpho. Let's see, Morph. The Morph Foundation burns 220 million BitGate tokens, it looks like. But BGB, I believe that's the BitGate token. I have to make sure. But Cookie DAO does a very good job of, showing which cryptocurrency. So you can come on here and see, okay, ENA. One of ENA, I got to talk about ENA today. Got to. Or maybe I'll save it for the next video, but I'm going to put it in a post today. ENA is really looking good. So Say, Link, Chronos, they kind of show you Hyperliquid, Arbitrium, XRP. So they show you kind of which has good sentiment in the market. And this is important going forward in the agentic economy, in the AI economy, and even in crypto. You can kind of see a snapshot of which cryptocurrencies are having good sentiment. So Litecoin, as you can see, is not having such good sentiment. Pi Network, that one doesn't really surprise me. But you can kind of come on here and see. But that is Cookie DAO. So you can kind of look at news. Here it is. So this is what I wanted to talk about, ENA. I might as well talk about Athena while I'm here, right? So Athena was one of the ones that I wanted to get to. The reason why its mind share is up, and you can go to Cookie DAO and look at this, is because they just raised $530 million and launches a $310 million ENA buyback, okay? So like Hyperliquid, the same thing with what they're doing with Hyperliquid, which is also in my portfolio. I called ENA for CSS at 35 cents or 38 cents, and I said this one's going to take off. ENA definitely, to me, still seems undervalued here, especially with the buzz around stable coins. But the big thing that's going on with ENA, especially in the spike, is the $530 million raised along with the buyback, $310 million of ENA buybacks. So that's just something to keep in mind. And so that's one of the bullish things that I have about Cookie DAO. And I just will read a little bit for you about Cookie DAO is, so Cookie DAO is the largest AI agents index and data layer for AI and humans. It created crypto's first AI agents index, giving investors and traders a top level overview of the AI agents market. So it kind of has dug itself its own niche, and I'm super bullish on this one. I absolutely am adding more of this to my portfolio. Now, as we go down the list here, um, let's go down the list and kind of look at some other ones, right? So Somnia Network did really well today. We'll kind of look at Somnia Network. It went 43% up today. And I have a lot of these that I'm paying attention to for you guys. And this one right here, let's see, September 25th. And so it had a massive push up, but then another massive push up. So it has 162 million out of a billion circulating supply. This one screamed pump, especially with only 162 million tokens in supply. There's going to be a lot of these that our group's going to be involved in. Not all the times does it matter about the project. The project can be great, but sometimes it matters all about the tokenomics. So I am on the lookout. I've already added some software that's helping me kind of find these. This one slipped past me, but be waiting for the next one. And I may drop a couple today. So Somnia Network definitely ran up. I try not to trace green candles here. I may look for a retrace if I think this one's really worth getting into. Yeah, we'll definitely keep our eyes on Somnia Network. Layer Zero keeps mind share. The name Layer Zero is just very popular. But I do want to get into another one that I am actively allocating to, and I've discussed, is Starknet. Okay, Starknet is definitely one that I'm keeping my eyes on. It's had the only thing is the token unlocks aren't necessarily horrible, but you can absolutely see, and I monitor the token unlocks. So this chart is like pretty much bottomed out. Once again, like you can kind of go to my method of madness here and look at solid projects. So like this, we don't want to see, right? Like this looks like maybe like an overvaluation, but here we go here. I mean, like this is kind of here is like 250. The chart is really just bottomed out here. And so this is what I'm looking for in a cryptocurrency. Starknet is having increased developer activity, which I like to see. For anybody that kind of wants to know a little bit more about what Starknet is a permissionless, decentralized validity rollup. It is a ZK rollup. It operates as a layer 2 network over Ethereum. These are some of the cryptocurrencies that I am actively investing money into right now. Is Starknet at these levels anywhere? And I did post recently kind of my buy zones with Starknet, Cookie, and with Sonic, right? Some other ones to be to look at here. Let's see. So let's go here. Let's see. All right. I'm going to check to see the chats. Okay. All right. So, right here. So Pith has been one recently that has really kind of backed up the truck. A lot of people kind of were super bullish on Pith and Chainlink, especially with their Oracle data. But I want to go here because I've taken a few notes for the group of a couple things I want to talk about. So we are seeing a little bit of green here. All right. So one other cryptocurrency you guys have seen me discuss here is, see here, two that I do want to bring up is Pendle. Pendle Finance is doing so much, and so it's a yield asset aggregator. Pendle is one of those ones that is not at its range lows, like right here at $2 was a beautiful time to load up on Pendle. But Pendle can still be used as a swing trade. The tokenomics are excellent with Pendle, 281 million in circulation out of, it's got about 169 million. This one I absolutely will probably be using for some of our swing trades. But what I talked about today was going here and showing you guys kind of your own way to find various cryptocurrencies, especially for our leverage traders, that you guys can do yourself. Now, like I said, if you are new, I am not saying not to leverage, right? What I am saying is make sure you take the time and the effort. Try possibly to start with low leverage. But this has helped me so much. Is DeFi Llama. So look at this, guys. This is something we want to watch. Look at the DeFi TVL. We're climbing here. So we dipped really low here, but look at the upward trajectory we have as of now. That's looking good, guys. What is that telling us? Okay, so what are you going to get from this video? Okay, we're going to get some various tokens that I'm looking at that are at good price points, but we're also going to be looking at trends, but we can look at them through DeFi Llama and see what's going on. So Jupiter, look at this. Jupiter has surpassed Hyperliquid in fees paid in the past 24 hours. Also, Sky loves to be in the mix here. And also, guys, Morpho. Morpho is going to possibly be one spot trade that I get back involved in. I will absolutely be posting to the group. Morpho has a lot of bullish news that's came out from Morpho. We'll be making a few posts about that. Morpho is doing amazing things. I think it's still undervalued. I think this one can absolutely run. And so Hyperliquid's doing fairly well, but I take Tether and Circle out, right, because those are our stables, right? But I look here and I see Uniswap. Okay, Uniswap's came back in. It's punching its way up. But I think this is Meteora. Right here, though, Jupiter is looking good. So you can kind of see that price corresponds to TVL. What do I mean by that? All right, look at this, guys. 1 minute change, Pendle in 1 minute. So this can also be used in addition to leverage trading and spot trading. So if Pendle just had a 50% increase in TVL in the last 1 minute, let's see what it has over the 7 days. 1 day, it's only up 1%. So you may not want to get carried away, but you want to look at it. So Babylon is also one that I've been looking at. This is a more of like a restaking chain, like for BTC. Jitto, JTO, you guys have seen me trade this one. Still super bullish on JTO, okay? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Maple Finance. Syrup. Why has Syrup done so good, guys? Easy. $2.18 billion locked in Syrup. This is how you can absolutely know where a cryptocurrency is going. So look at this, guys. So if you go down, it literally is at its highest TVL right now. Okay, so that is, you can go here and monitor. But I'm going to give you a better example because you're like, okay, well, this chart's just parabolic. Okay, well, that's why Maple Finance is doing so good here. The TVL usually corresponds to the price. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you Hyperliquid, okay? And so let's go to Hyperliquid protocol. Okay, right here. This is right here. This is around the time, do you see right here at its low point? This was the time where I loaded the boat. Hyperliquid right here. was $9. What did I notice? A steady increase in TVL. And then what? Parabolic. But look, guys, if you look at the metrics here, 700, so it's almost $1 billion locked. But go to Syrup. Syrup's got $2 billion locked, right? So this is how, though, if you look at various charts, so you don't have to just look at syrup or hyperliquid, but if you correspond the rising TVL, it corresponds to price. So if you go here, that was a low point for hyperliquid. As it climbed up, that's when hyperliquid made its move. So now I am going to go back, and this is also another number, guys. Look at this number. This number is one to watch, especially for DeFi, okay? So when we're looking at DeFi, we want to make sure, what is the number? Is the DeFi, the TVL going up, right? And so you can kind of look at that. And so look at this. Let's look at the peak here of the last bull run. So let's go to November 10th or 11th. We'll go here. Yeah, so let's go to the 14th. $176 billion was locked in DeFi. Already we have about 152 billion locked in DeFi, and we're climbing, okay? We are steadily climbing right now. We are about at 152, so we have not broken the all-time high of last cycle yet. But if you go down, you can monitor any chain. So this is what I like to tell people to kind of do if you're looking at various protocols. And so let's go to Drift. So Drift hasn't been doing good recently, but look at this. So we can kind of monitor, wait a minute, is Drift going up or is it going down? So 1.26, 24, 2, let's see. So it kind of dropped. So it was at 1.26 billion. It kind of dropped, not a whole lot, but a little bit. But this will help you. And see, Drift has over $1 billion locked in its protocol as well. So I think Drift is going to do very well. This cycle, I think Drift's going to do very well. Centrifuge, I was always bullish on. Centrifuge just went absolutely parabolic. And so this is another showcase, guys. Another showcase. Look at this. We were at like 20 cents, and then boom. Look at this. 1.47. Look at this. 61,000. Boom. Over $1 billion. And what is that? What is that? March to August, from 60,000 to $1 billion in a few months. So that's why if you're on DeFi Llama, you can actually obtain what's going on with these DeFi projects, because the TVL always corresponds to the price. I can't say that's 100% true, but for me, it's always paid off. This is another chain you guys heard me that I've talked about that I'm pretty bullish on. I want to see it come back here, okay? Like in its cycle highs of 2021, it had over $3 billion locked, and I believe its all-time high was around $70, $75. But it had over $3 billion locked. So if you're looking at Balancer, one thing you're looking is right now we're kind of in a downward trajectory, right? One thing you're looking at is for Balancer to take a move up. That usually corresponds with price. So like if you were looking at Balancer, that may be something to pay attention to. As well as, let's look at Aerodrome. You guys know I'm super bullish on Aerodrome. So as we see right here, guys, Aerodrome had over $1 billion locked. But this is what I like to see in a protocol. I like to see that there's not too much right now. The project's super bullish. The tokenomics are bullish. And it's got a lot of bullish catalysts to grow, right? So Aerodrome is one of my picks for the cycle. Still absolutely bullish on Aero. And yeah, so DeFi Llama is an excellent place for you to scan. And if you have a new DeFi protocol that you're bullish on, you can go here and look and see wait a minute, is this a protocol that's going to do well for me? Okay, so like Moonwell here, let's go to Moonwell. So Moonwell's DeFi actually is TVL actually is rising. So this is one to keep an eye on because it has came down a little bit, but it has showed a steady increase from, let's see, from June until now. So it's got $325 million locked, but this chart will help you see when even a new DeFi crypto protocol is making the next leg up. Now, guys, I just wanted to thank all of you for an amazing day, and I am out. And I just wanted to let everybody know, that you guys are the best. Any questions you guys have about various cryptocurrencies, bring them to me. Today, in summary, we talked about Starknet being in the buy zone. Moonwell to me is definitely in the buy zone. I think it just went through a little bit of FUD. I'm going to be making some new posts about some buys that I'm making today, and so those are going to be posted, as well as a few leverage trades. So lock in, everybody. If you haven't seen the Crypto Strategy School, this is an amazing place to be. These are just a few metrics that I use, especially when I'm looking at DeFi tokens in particular, guys. So DeFi in particular, all the metrics I like to use DeFi Llama. But yeah, so we talked about Sonic, Cookie DAO, and Starknet. I don't like to over diversify, and you guys will see. A lot of times, if a cryptocurrency is not performing well when it's time that I believe it should be performing well, sometimes I'm hopping into a different vehicle, right? So as of right now, that's all I got for you guys. I appreciate everybody tuning in today, and I appreciate everyone. And good luck, guys. Everybody have an amazing day, and I am out. Let's see.